Welcome to round 4 of the THUNDERSPORT GB Championships, and we are here at Cadwell Park, the blue skies, and we are in the middle of the beautiful Lincolnshire countryside, ready for THUNDERSPORT Elite, a show where we bring you action from the Sportsman Elite 600s and of course the GP1, brought to you by the bike and the van insurer, and we are at the most iconic part of the circuit, the mountain. Let's get ready to see these bikes rattling over the hill and taking to the skies. Welcome to THUNDERSPORT Elite. Well, here we are then, getting ourselves prepared for the Van Insurer Sportsman Elite 600, a championship that is very close indeed. Ross Twyman is not here, the championship leader, but Dan Freer is back from injury. There's a lot of candidates in this race, not least Adam Shelton, local rider, number 61. Richie McNeil, of course, number 22, always out there. And as I mentioned before, Dan Freer back from injury, looking for 25 points. Time to get in the commentary box, which is a shame, really, because it's beautiful weather here, ready for the 600s. So the crowd take their seats, the sun is out and we are ready to go racing the Van Insurer 600 Sportsman Elite. Always a good bit of racing this, and Craig Neve is back out with us. Nice to see Craig, number 4, very competitive out there on a Honda. The Scruffs Kawasaki there of Adam Shelton, a rider who comes from Hull, not far away. There is number 1, the reigning champion, Daniel Freer, looking to do the business, back from injury. Just in the background there you can see number 6, which is Reece Rothwell, and number 54, Sam Cox. Number 7 on the Kawasaki, just on the left of your screen there behind Craig Neve, is Bradley Jones, who's going well so far this weekend as well. Plenty of riders to account for, really talented field, and away we go. Not a great start there from Craig Neve at all. Number 4 from pole position. In fact, it was a disaster start for the pole man, and he's going to have a bit of work to do as we head into Coppice Corner for the first time, and then down the Park Straight, and at the end of the Park Straight, that is Adam Shelton, and oh, whoa, he had a major moment there at the back straight, and a bit of a wobble, and he's gone onto the grass, and look at the time that he's lost. Big moment then for Adam Shelton, one of the favourites here this weekend. He really is great around Cadwell Park, but well, he's got a lot of work to do now. Further back there's Parsons, number 11, who also leads the Pre-National 600 Championship here at THUNDERSPORT GB, and you'll be able to see how they get on in those races, of course, on THUNDERSPORT Plus, also on Modus TV. Keep your eye out for that in the next few weeks. But it is Freer that is up at the sharp end, number 1, the reigning champion, just pleased to be back. He desperately needs to pick up some points, and well, he'd pick up maximum here if he stays where he is. Bradley Jones in second place. Of course, they all score points collectively, they score points separately as well. This is a championship for Formula tuned 600s and super stock, effectively, bikes that are out of the crate with a few minor adjustments. The stock bikes, if they're playing ball, should have red backings and yellow numbers. They don't always play by the rules, though, these guys. They're motorcycle races at the end of the day. But across the line we go for the end of that. Oh, blimey, there looked to be a major moment there. We're on board with Chris Helliwell, and Chris Helliwell went really deep into turn 1, and that's Adam Shelton just going underneath him there on the Scruffs Kawasaki, who went wide earlier on in turn 1, at the end of the back straight on lap 1. And so Shelton already making some progress. There is Curtis Wright, number 74, with Neve on the outside of him. There is number 2, Jordan Rushby, just up ahead of Dylan Roberts, number 191. But I got some bad news for Jordan. It's just come through on the time screens that he's got a 10-second penalty for a jump start. So Jordan Rushby, number 2 on the AL Joinery Racing Yamaha. Unfortunately for him, a jump start. There is a change for second place. Richie McNeil, number 22, has gone up into second, and the 2 rivals, they're good friends. Well, I'd say they're good friends. Are any of these guys really good friends? They're amicable, shall we say, off circuit. Dan Freer and Richie McNeil, but effectively they've been fighting for this championship for the last couple of seasons. And when Freer was missing from Snetterton, McNeil just did his job, picked up loads of points, and this championship is so tight between Freer and McNeil, and it's tight on the circuit as well as we go down the start-finish straight. Freer it is on the right, the blue and the yellow Yamaha, and Richie McNeil just went across the line in front, but unfortunately was hung out to dry into Coppice Corner. Further back, there's Lou Osler, number 82, number 67. Just behind him is Matt Pearce, there's Jeff Booth there, Charlie Oakland, Grant McIntosh. Battles all the way through the field. There was Sam Cox, 54. Sam up in the top 6, just going ahead of William White there. Now into Park Corner as Lewis Osler. We just quickly saw Gary Graves, number 38 as well. And there is Charlie Oakland once more and Jeff Booth. But to the front we go. Craig Neve, despite the horror start, is up into 3rd place now. He's got himself ahead of Bradley Jones on the Kawasaki, who takes a tight line into the chicane. It's Freer, number 1. Number 22 is Richie McNeil. Number 4, Neve. Number 7, Bradley Jones in 4th place. And then it's Curtis Wright, Sam Cox and William White. Charging to the back of this group, though, I should just point out, is a certain Adam Shelton on the Scruffs Kawasaki, the orange and black machine, the rider from Hull, known as the Stinger. Well, he's like an angry wasp at the moment because he is flying up to the back of this pack. He's just set a stonking lap time. It's only going to be a matter of minutes before Shelton's a part of this group, and that is something else when you consider how far back he was. It's Freer that still leads from Richie McNeil. Both of those guys on Formula 600s. Likewise for Craig Neve, number 4. So leading the super stocks at this moment in time is Bradley Jones, number 7. And that would be his first stock win of the season. And, well, he's doing a good job there ahead of Curtis Wright, Sam Cox. There's William White, number 26. He's also a stocker on the Triumph, the only Triumph... oh, sorry, I said the only Triumph. Curtis Wright, of course, is on a Triumph as well. So those two, both on Triumphs in the top 8. As they head around Chris Curve. Oh, majorly wide line there from number 17, James May. Onto the grass we go. Oh my word. And I'm sorry to laugh, James, but that, I'm glad he's up and he's walking away, but that was classic. He looks over to the right to see where he can rejoin, and just the bike decides, no, I've had enough, thanks. And I apologise, James, I really do. But, well, that was just one of those crashes that I'm sure you'll play back and you'll have a good chuckle to yourself. But I'm glad that James May is up and okay. Back to the front of this race. It is Daniel Freer on the right that has the advantage from Richie McNeil, who seems to get some decent drive out of the final corner. Craig Neve in 3rd. Good race this. There was Chris Helliwell just going through. We saw an on-board with him a little while ago. Chris wears those pivot head glasses with the camera in. Not bad, actually. You get a few decent views, although he does look ridiculous. And into Park Corner we go again with the leading group, and that is William White there. Further back, that's Jordan Rushby and Dylan Roberts. Jordan, of course, carrying that 10-second penalty. Not sure if he knows about it yet. Freer leads from Craig Neve, who's up into 2nd place. Richie McNeil now 3rd. And in 4th place is Bradley Jones. Sam Cox in 5th. And Adam Shelton is now up there and in the mix. And he's brought a few else along to the party as well. So Adam Shelton, what a job. He's up ahead of Curtis Wright and up ahead of William White. That is unbelievable stuff from Adam Shelton. He was way back. Let's have a look at his lap time, the 32.2. Well, the stock lap record's been absolutely obliterated. Danny Murphy's lap time of a 1:33.1 has disappeared. In fact, the lap record in general is gone, because the lap record that was set here in a Formula 600 race by Lee Jackson. Now that's the Lee Jackson that you know that races at the moment, Lee Bob Jackson, his uncle who used to race in BSB and British Supersport. That's him. He set the lap record here. That was ages ago as well. That has been demolished as well by Craig Neve, a 1:31.9. And on a 600 round here, let me tell you, that's quick. On board with Chris Helliwell. As we go into Charlie's, he's just tucked behind Reese Rothwell, that is, number 6 on the Suzuki. And so he gets his head tucked in. We get a good look at how many revs he's doing, and he's going to get past Reese Rothwell surely down into Park Corner. Yeah, that works out reasonably well for Chris Helliwell, so he's made up a place. This is the battle for the win, though. Daniel Freer, the champion with a number 1 plate, looking to do the job here at Cadwell. What a comeback this would be for Daniel Freer if he can pick up 25 points. But Craig Neve is looking pretty good there in second place on the Honda. Richie McNeil still in third place. I warn you, keep an eye out for Shelton on the Superstocks 600 machine. He's in fourth, number 61, and now he's up the... No way! What a move by Adam Shelton! He stuffs it up the inside of Richie McNeil into barn corner. And you have got to be committed to do that. Well, he's not committed, he's angry. And Adam Shelton having the race of his life on that Scruffs Kawasaki there. He leads the Superstock race. Overall, he's the first of the Superstock 600, but he's looking to try and win this one outright. We just saw there again Chris Helliwell making up a place. Craig Neve leads overall. He's got himself ahead of Daniel Freer. Adam Shelton is up into third place. There's a back marker there in amongst them. Gary Firth, he's just being lapped there by Curtis Wright. But it is Craig Neve that has not only got the lead here, but is looking to just peel away from the rest. Craig from Immingham on the CN Racing Honda. And here comes Shelton. No, Shelton, you can't do it through there. You're not a magician. Oh, and that is McNeil, I think, just going straight on here through the chicane. So he's lost some ground as well. He won't get penalised for that because he's not made up really much time at all. But some great racing here in the Van Insura 600 Sportsman Elite through Hall Bend. And this is where Freer and Shelton are able to close up. Sam Cox is now getting his name into the mix as he tries to challenge Brad Jones for the other spot on the podium. There is Reese Rothwell and Steve Parsons. Then number 47, Frank Gallagher. These guys are all in the points. But as we go across the line here to click off another lap, it is Craig Neve that leads from Adam Shelton and Richie McNeil. We're going to take a quick break here from Cadwell Park, but don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's Thundersport Elite from Cadwell Park. Craig Neve leads this one here ahead of Adam Shelton in the Van Insura 600 Sportsman Elite. I cannot believe what Adam Shelton has done in this race. Of course, he went wide at Park Corner and went all the way back to probably somewhere near 16th, 17th, maybe even further back than that. And, well, what a performance so far. He leads the Superstock race. Despite being in second, he is the first leader of those. But he wants to win it. He wants to get past Craig Neve and win this race outright. And they've all just spread themselves out a bit. Richie McNeil is in third place, but a rider who suffers severely with arm pump. He's involved in a decent battle with his old rival from last year, Daniel Freer. They are your leaders, though. It is Neve and Shelton. Further back, that's Rushby. He's got a 10-second penalty. And then he's just ahead of Dylan Roberts. And that's Joe Barton, the Spartan Barton. Number 106, who will get himself into the top 10 here. But it's Neve that leads on the Formula 600 ahead of Adam Shelton. Then it's the battle between Freer, who's just up ahead of Richie McNeil. Behind these guys, it's then a battle for the other Superstock podium places between Sam Cox and Bradley Jones. Across the line we go to complete another lap, and it is still Neve that has the advantage, the rider there with the pink and green helmet into Coppice Corner. Shelton has done so well to get himself at the front end of that. There is Curtis Wright and William White. They are 7th and 8th, both of them super stockers, but they're both going to miss out on the Superstock podium thanks to the brilliance of Adam Shelton. There's Freer and Richie McNeil. Now these guys are battling it out effectively, not just for position on circuit, but also for Formula 600 glory this year. Craig Neve's not a regular feature in the championship, so despite him having a good run out here, he won't challenge for the championship overall, whereas Freer and McNeil are just split by a handful of points. So that's whoever finishes in third overall here really will make a big difference in the championship standings. And Daniel Freer, who's come back from injury, isn't perhaps at full fitness, and it's about this time of the race that you start to see Richie McNeil struggling with that dreaded arm pump as the leaders go through once more. Still Craig Neve that leads. This is the fight for second and third in the Superstock 600. Sam Cox has got this one at the moment ahead of Bradley Jones. And the last lap flag is out now for Craig Neve. He's surely got this one in the bag. There's Shelton, who's going to win Superstocks despite being in second overall. And now this is the fight between the two Formula 600 competitors. Freer on the inside, just, and the blue and yellow Yamaha. And further back, another Superstock battle going on there between Roberts and Jordan Rushby. Although Rushby at the moment still unaware that he's got a 10-second penalty, so he'll be pushed probably outside the top 10 as a result of that. Craig Neve, though, well, always nice to have Craig out here with us, the rider from Immingham on the CN Racing Honda. It looks like it's his to lose here as they come down the bottom of the hill into Mansfield. Adam Shelton is going to hang on to second overall, which really is a superb result after what happened to him early on. Both riders smashing lap records, as well as Craig just puts a lap on Ewan Meston into the mountain. Third place then is going to be between McNeil and Freer, and then it's Sam Cox and Jones fighting it out for championship places. But Shelton's going to be delighted with this. You know, the rider who I first saw around this circuit on a Super Team bike probably 6 years ago, and it was the first time I saw him pick up a win. He will have friends, family, the lot here, and sponsors this weekend, so this will be a great result. But the outright win is going to go to Craig Neve. Well done, sir. After a poor start, he takes 25 points, and what a result for Adam Shelton there in second place. Freer it is that takes third, and second in the Formula 600s ahead of last year's champion Daniel Freer, and it's Cox across the line who gets fifth overall ahead of Bradley Jones, the pair of them second and third in the Superstock category respectively. On the podiums then, let's take a look. There are the Formula 600 crew. Craig Neve, the winner from... Craig, we always see you once or twice a year. It's always great to have you in the paddock. You had to work really hard for that race. It was a cracking race from the side here watching. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the race. You know, there's some really good lads here at Thundersport. I just tried to get out front when I could, and I got lucky a little bit with some back markers. We Dan Free, who was holding the lead really well. When I got in front, I had to try to stay consistent. I saw Adam Shelton was closing on a good pit board from Dan and Lee there, giving us good signals, and yeah, I see he was closing, so I just had to start and chip away. Luckily we got a 31.9 lap record, so chuffed to bits with that.
Yeah, absolutely. That lap record has stood for quite some time, and I see you got a few sponsors to thank as well.
Yeah, we've got loads of lads to thank. I'll probably forget half of them, but yeah, Colmac Scaffolding, you know, Dave Beeson, Kieran Willis Web Works, Richard Ellis, Alice Direct, Francis West Water Lane Clinic, Marie and Vicky Class Above Clinic, and big thanks to Andy this weekend. He's done a lot of work on the bike.